This is MaxPreps Friday Night Live, powered by American Family Insurance.
Well, guys, it's time now to take our second live look of the evening, and we're going to go see how Beach right now versus Wilson Central is doing. We're going to check in with them in just a couple of seconds because this is also another exciting game. And, you know, that's one of the things that we get to do here Friday nights, MaxPreps Friday Night Live. We get to take live looks outside, and all those live looks are brought to you by Play On Sports Network right now. And as we're checking in, they're in the fourth quarter. Beach is up right now 17-14. So anything can go, really.
Right now, I mean, Beach Buccaneers, they're in the white and orange right there, and they're led by Coach Anthony Crabtree, 7-0 and 4-0 in district in the 9-3A, and then Wilson Central, who is also 7-0 and 4-0 in district. So a league title is perhaps on the line. And do you have any little tidbits that you'd like to throw out there, Steve?
I don't have a little tidbit. I have a big tidbit, a 6'2", 220-pound tidbit. Freshman, Gabe Angel for Wilson Central. This young man was offered a scholarship by Mississippi State as an 8th grader.
What?
And people talk about, you know, Derek Dooley at
72.
Tennessee. Is he on the hot seat? Does he have the talent to compete with the Floridas and the Alabamas? You know, Gabe Angel is the type of player that you need to keep in state. Tennessee is not necessarily known as a major Division I talent-producing state, but that reputation has started to change in the last few years, and they have a lot of young talent in the state, like Angel, like Jalen Hurd on Beach, and so it's going to be critical for the Vols to keep those young players in state and keep them home.
Yeah, you speak of Jalen Hurd. I mean, he's a junior, but he's already rushed for 1,890 yards, 11 yards per carry, 27 total TDs. Is this correct?
Yeah, he's been phenomenal. He's the second leading rusher in the nation. He's emerged as one of the top junior running backs in the country. He was a little unheralded entering the season, but he's putting up an All-American season for sure. And as you mentioned, Chris, he's definitely a National Player of the Year candidate.
Well, it looks like right now Beach at 17-14 is going to come away with the victory and take the record to 8-0 on the season. They're going to come out, just kneel the ball and in this game. And so congratulations to Beach, handing Wilson Central their first loss and taking their record to 8-0. See how this can catapult them to the rest of the season and on into the playoffs.
Yeah, well, congratulations to Beach. Once they win, they won. 17.
And more excitement. We see
Wilson
more. Look how
Central,
excited.
14. Today is the day of the excitement, and we should just stay on this because just to see all their excitement, it's a lot of excitement.
See if any of the fans are going to run out there as well.
No, the cheerleaders are running out and greeting them. So congratulations for them on a great victory. So a lot of wins this evening. We've been getting a lot of excitement out on the fields, and you know we've been learning so much about all these talented and elite athletes. And that's one of the things here that we also get to take a look at some elite athletes. And we're going to show you today Reuben Foster in Get Into the Game, powered by American Family Insurance. Your dream is out there. Go get it. We'll protect it.
To see more great videos and enter for a chance to win an incredible football experience in New Orleans, go to amfam.com/gettothegame.
With that attitude, Reuben Foster, you are going to make it very, very far.
His mom's going to be crazy proud of him because he's a
She
freak.
seems already like if she is so proud of him. And when he goes to college and when he graduates, I think she's going to be extremely excited.
She will be crying.
As she should be.
She will be crying. She will be crying.
All right, we're going to take a live look right now and check in with what is going on with this game, Clarksdale versus West Point. Right now, we know West Point is winning 35, Clarksdale 0 in the fourth quarter. Ugh, not good for Clarksdale fans.
No, West Point right now is in the green and white. They come into the game 4-2 overall. As you can see, they're up 35-0. And Clarksdale in the scarlet, royal, and blue came into the game 3-3. It's looking though like they might be putting up another 7 on Clarksdale in the next few, or we'll see. Right now it's 4th and 2. And they picked up the first down. So West Point with the first down, moving more towards making that score 42-0. Steve?
It's interesting about West Point. This was a team that entered last year arguably as maybe the second best team in the state of Mississippi behind probably South Panola, but they did not have a very good season. They finished I believe it was 8-5. So it was definitely not the type of year that they were hoping for. But now they're 4-2, and they've lost 12-10 to South Panola, and they lost 6-0 to Noxubee County. So the 2 games that they lost were highly competitive, and I think you're starting to see a team that's ready to live up to expectations.
It happens throughout the year. I mean, teams get those tough schedules in the beginning of the year, and then they just use that as a way to build on the teams. And then, like people say, you have to beat the teams that you're supposed to beat, and then when you use those other ones as building blocks, when you get towards that playoff run, I mean, you never know what could happen. Whatever team's hot could actually go on and maybe take home the championship. And again, right now they just scored. We'll see if West Point put it up. We haven't seen the refs. No, haven't seen it yet.
No.
I know the players were excited, but the refs haven't said anything yet. But I'm thinking they scored. West Point scored. Looks like the kicking team's coming out there for the extra point.
And West Point 35, Clarksdale 0 right now in the fourth quarter. So, Steve, we're not going to leave you off I'm not going to let you go off the hook just yet. We're halfway through high school football season. So let's talk about some of the athletes who are in the running for National Player.
Yeah, so the National Player of the Year watch is just starting to heat up. We mentioned Jalen Hurd. We saw a little bit from Beach earlier. He's a guy that is definitely in the mix, in that conversation. I would probably put him at the second or third spot. Derrick Henry is a guy that a lot of people also like. Big running back from the state of Florida. He's had some huge games. Jalen Hurd also, you see him here, also a very big running back. It's kind of interesting. You see these 6'2", 6'3" guys. You don't necessarily pigeonhole them as running backs. And at the college level, there's some questions as to where they'll play. But at the high school level, it makes for some pretty dominant running efforts, and he rushed for over 500 yards a few years ago. A couple other guys in that discussion. Max Brown, a quarterback from Skyline High School. He's committed to USC. He's the #1 quarterback in the country, a #2 overall recruit. He's putting up some video game statistics. You see, Austin Kofensis was our National Freshman of the Year last season. He already has about 3,000 total yards and a number of touchdowns. He's a true dual threat behind center. Kelvin Taylor faced off against Derrick Henry last week. He's committed to Florida, another outstanding running back prospect there. And Jake Browning, only a sophomore from Folsom, burst onto the scene with a 10-touchdown night in his varsity debut. And I think we actually covered that game a few weeks back. So it's still early, Joanna, but I think the race will ultimately come down who has the most successful season on a successful team, because we like to look at the contributions that players make to their team success, and high school football clearly is a team sport. So winning a state title could tilt the scales one way or the other when we start looking at these final contenders for the National Player of the Year award.
All right, well, thank you very much. Well said.
Yeah, we've seen it in the years past in our Player of the Year awards, where those final games, I mean, the competition at the end of the year and the numbers that those players put up, what exactly kind of puts them over the top and wins it. I mean, Jake Brownie, like you were talking about, I mean, from Folsom a few years ago, Dan O'Graves, the National Player of the Year, was from Folsom, and it was probably the state championship game and his section title game that put him into the winning that, and what he did with 6 touchdowns in the section title. So anyways, Derrick Henry, though, as well, seeing that guy, 6'3", 240 pounds, in live person, being a high school athlete, running a 4.34, 42-inch vert, so on. So, I mean, I wouldn't want to tackle him.
Nope.
I was super impressed up there at the Spark National Championship. But there is another player out there that's making a huge run, and I mean literally a huge run. 644 yards and 10 TDs in one game type of run. In one game.
Wow, that's a pretty big big moves there.
Especially for a guy that didn't really even play much his junior year. I mean, so his name, Thomas Tyner, and we have Paul Collette have more on him.
Aloha High School running back Thomas Tyner is one of the fastest players in high school sports this year.
Well, he's got tremendous speed. He's the fastest kid in the history in the 100 meters in the state of Oregon. So starts with he's a very talented athlete, great speed. He changed direction well. He's got super feet, catches the ball very well. He can burst and accelerate as well as any athlete I've coached. So He's a heck of a talent, and he performs up to his potential.
And now Thomas is receiving national attention from the U.S. Army for his skills.
Just 11 days ago, this running back ran for 644 yards to set an Oregon State record. Nationally, that's the third highest all-time single-game rushing total. He carried the ball 38 times and scored 10 touchdowns. It is my great pleasure to welcome you to the United States Army All-American Bowl Class of 2013. Thomas.
Being from such a great community, Aloha's one of a kind. I think they have one of the greatest support base I've ever been a part of. So just being a leader in the Aloha community, not only on the football field, but also in the community outside of sports, is awesome. It's an awesome role to have.
He does most things by action. He's a very strong leader by action. We talk about servant leadership as the greatest form of leadership. He was out the other day, the first guy out putting the water trough out. You know, our seniors clean the locker room. He's one of the lead guys in that. Kids look up to him as a leader simply because of his performance level.
It was incredible. It was also my birthday, which made the night even more special. You know, I got to go out with my team Friday night, and that's something we look forward to every Monday. And you know, it was just another night of a football game, and with the 10 touchdowns added to that special night, so it was really fun for me.
This is Paul Collette for MaxPreps Friday Night Live.
Thank you very much, Paul, and congratulations to Tyner. It already sounds like he's a leader off the field, on the field, and that's what's important.
How would you like to celebrate your birthday?
I know
With that?
that's a way to like really celebrate your birthday,
Yeah,
right?
like, hey guys, sorry about this, but
Right,
it's my birthday.
I just gotta get it done with
Yeah.
all this. Yeah.
I'm about to run around you guys
Yeah,
and score a lot
congratulations.
tonight.
This is MaxPreps Friday Night Live, powered by American Family Insurance.